Okay, looks like I'm live. How are you? Well, let me see if I'm live on my page. Let me get back to Jason. Where the hell is Jason Gunn? Okay, right. Jason Gunn. Okay, all right. One second. Okay, looks like I'm live. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today, whoever who's watching this. Okay, now it looks like we have got some questions coming in. Lok Chun, thanks for joining me now. Okay, hold on a second, right? Let me explain the rules a little bit. Okay, so if you this is the first time you're watching this or you're listening to this, because I actually turned this into a YouTube podcast. So in case you're watching this on YouTube as a podcast, just want to let you know that this is Jason from Malaysia. I'm a Facebook ads strategist and coach. And this is me going live every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time on YouTube and my Facebook presences, as well as my LinkedIn presence as well, to mainly answer questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing. So if you have any questions about Facebook advertising or digital marketing, the first thing I would encourage you to do is, if you want to have quick answers, just go to my YouTube channel, okay, and then try to search for an answer on my YouTube channel, because I've actually posted more than 900, close to 1,000 videos right now, answering questions mainly like this. Chances are, I probably have answered your questions before. So if you cannot find anything related to your question, don't worry. All you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. So what I'm gonna do is, which is what I'm gonna show you later, I'm gonna screenshot your comment, your question, and I'm going to bring it over to my weekly AMA on Sunday night like this to answer your question. The reason why I do not reply directly to your comment is simply because I do not believe this is the most effective way to communicate about Facebook advertising. Things are quite technical, and it could be quite not as straightforward. So I do not like this kind of back and forth communication on commenting. That's not how I do best. So come back on the next Sunday if you post any questions as a comment. Come back on the next Sunday so that we can actually have a conversation here. But of course, if you can join me live on Sunday night like this, I would definitely appreciate your company. Because frankly speaking, when I first started doing this, right, I was really talking to myself like in front of the camera. It was very lonely. But now, as we have done this for like, this is week 124 now. Sorry, this is episode 124, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of gotten used to it, and I'm actually very privileged to have friends like you, who are actually joining me live to accompany me. It's good to see some numbers over here instead of like zero back then. So yeah, okay. So Lok Chun, you have posted a question, so I would like you to stay until the end, because I give priority to those who actually posted on my YouTube channel first. I'll clear those questions and eventually I'll come back to you. Okay, now let's bring this up. All right. Yeah, by the way, if you like this, if you believe this could be useful to your friends, remember to recommend this to them, right? Okay. So this session is called Ask Jason Anything. All right. It happens every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. And you are welcome to join me to ask any questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing. So yeah, I've got some questions or comments that I captured on my YouTube channel in the past 1 week. We did not have a lot of questions. So we probably can actually spend a little bit more time, chatting over here. Hey Akram, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining me. Okay, now first comment I actually received on my, like last week's live. Ask Jason Anything 123, episode 123. So by YouTube views, apparently this could be a scam or whatever, like spam kind of like comment. But I still like to actually bring this up because it's all quite interesting. It says, I don't know whether it's a bot or it's a human. He says, I love how engaging and entertaining your videos are. Obviously, this dude did not really watch my video because I'm not an entertainer and my videos are actually quite boring and I'm not engaging because I'm actually mostly talking to myself. So, but thanks. Buy YouTube views. I will not buy from you. Thank you so much. But thanks for popping by. Thank you so much, and thanks for saying me being engaging and entertaining. Exactly right. Shiwai, this confirm board, but it's good to it's good to have some comments sometimes, right? Anyway, so that's that. Okay, now next we have DH. So I actually posted a video, which was a question posted to me, like I think it was about like quite a while ago. I think because now I'm actually editing quite some old videos because I couldn't catch up. Yeah, so I actually replied, answered to a comment, or it was a question from the audience saying, asking me about what was I thinking about the AI domination about social on social media marketing. So I actually shared my 2 cents worth of opinion. So if you're curious, you can actually go over and find this video and watch it on my YouTube channel. It's definitely there. I think this is under the category of Facebook ads tips by Jason. You actually can find them. Let's that actually you can hear my response over there. But DH responded to it. I think this is quite interesting to bring up some discussion. So DH was saying he predicts that AI will learn how to use a person's confirmation bias to steer them to any direction that the trainers of AI desire. In one generation, we will largely grow to rely on AI and will be puppets to its trainers. I think this is actually quite, in a way, I think this is I wouldn't say this is pessimistic, but I think this actually can happen. So to a certain extent, I agree with you, DH, that if somebody really learn how to really master how to use AI to basically, to steer people's, like opinion towards something, because like you say, everybody's confirmation bias is there. We do have our own way of thinking about certain things or perceive certain things, and when we rely on AI heavily, and eventually if the AI is being actually controlled by somebody who may have some like ill intention, it could be something very, very dangerous. But even though somebody wants to do this for some noble reason, yes, I think human can be possibly be actually, in a way, I wouldn't use the word manipulated, but being guided or being steered towards some direction designed by the trainer. But having said that, right, have we not been like that for the longest time? We are always being steered by all the influences that we have in the society. I mean, it could be political, it could be anything, it could be whatever we believe in, it could be anything that we believe in. Exactly, that's what I think. So with or without AI, I think we human tend to wants to be led by some ideology or some people or even some party or even some religion. I think there's nothing wrong about that, and I could take this as, in a way, it's kind of like a one form of leadership that leads people towards certain direction. But eventually, to me, looking at anything that happens in terms of like whatever evolution, I wouldn't dare to say that there's large as human evolution, but in my opinion, any evolution is part of the journey that whatever we have to go through. Eventually, if we will have to go through some really dark age, and I believe that is really what we deserve, in a way, to like get back to the better state. Kind of like we have to go through the worst state to get to the better, in a way, right? So all these are evolution. I wouldn't be worried about what would that become one day of the human race. But eventually, if it's meant to happen, it will happen, and we can't do anything to stop it anyway. So we will just go with the flow. It's just like, you all know, whatever changes when it comes to Facebook advertising, the algorithm change, the system change, and all that. I'm so zen. I'm that kind of person because I always believe everything happened for a reason. All right, and eventually the whatever it is, it will take its course, and everything will become just it should be. So, but thanks for dropping by, DH. Really, I love the way you look at things, and to a certain extent, I think this is definitely something that might happen. All right, DH, thank you for that. Okay, now that we have another one coming from Das. So this is actually posted on my video about how to remove Facebook page from restricted business manager. The thing is, when your business manager is being restricted, and if the Facebook page is being tied to it, meaning it's owned by that particular business manager, theoretically, you cannot remove that page from that restricted business manager. So in a way, it is actually stuck. But what we usually do is you can actually go through, a page claim. So the recommendation would be always be the similar way, as in like, because we have to see whether if your Facebook profile is being restricted. But when it comes to Das case, your profile is blocked. I think this is quite interesting. Blocked means you're not being restricted, but it's blocked meaning you can't really go into Facebook right now. So I would say what you should consider going through is you should actually go through some password recovery or whatever, because being blocked means you still have account, maybe it's restricted because you do not have the password and whatnot. Try to get back in. There must be ways that you can do to get back in. Okay, so that's the first thing you should try. But if you have tried every means and you still cannot find like a way to get back in, then if you really still want to get back the page, I'm not sure about group because I've not done it before, but Facebook page, you have a chance. So if your account is blocked or restricted, that you cannot get back in anymore, you won't be able to do anything on that anymore, what you can do is get somebody else. Let's say the best would be if you have a partner in the business, get the partner to get the partner to use his or her Facebook profile to create a business manager. And then after that, you can actually file a page claim to say that, hey, this page belongs to me, or I am actually being so-called authorized to manage this page. However, we lost access to this page due to whatever reason and all that. And you say that I want to actually raise a page claim. So you would have to submit some documents, obviously, like letter of authorization, the company registration, and some proofs to prove that you are the owner, the rightful owner of the page. And going through these stages, sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it's not. Eventually, you should be able to get the page back to yourself. All right, so that's the normal steps to take. Yeah. So if you want to, okay. So so that's my answer to you, Das. If you are able to do that, that's how you do it. But if you are, let's say your page, like what you say, your Facebook profile is blocked, I don't think you can actually get back in unless you have access to the page. To the profile now, and then you want to try to remove the page. If you come back to that question from the original one, which is like, can you remove a page from a business manager that is being restricted? At the moment, there is no way to do that. But like I say, go through whatever I said just now, initiate a page claim, page ownership claim, and hopefully after going through all these stages, you should be able to get it back. But when it comes to group, I'm not sure, haven't done it before. But you could also try to raise a request and say that, hey, I'm the owner of this group. I was there, but I've lost it, and I need a way to get back in. So if you're watching this up to now, what I want to say here is, for your page, for your group, or whatever that you have access to, that you actually use it as part of a business. You use the group to engage with your members that eventually can become your customers, or you use a page to advertise or to engage with your audiences, and you have built a following and it's meaningful to your business. Whatever you do, all these, including your business manager and whatnot, everything, you should have a backup admin. You shouldn't be the only admin to the page, to the group, to the business manager, because when you are being locked out, you have no way to get back in, and everything can be very, very, very messy. So everything can be a lot easier if you have somebody else as a backup admin. So this person can just come back in as him or her, and eventually to gain back access, or even to request review or whatnot. Everything could be a lot easier. So remember, always have a backup admin and always protect your Facebook profile, because moving forward, Facebook is getting strict and stricter about maintaining your profile credential and the so-called credibility and everything. Make sure you maintain a very you take good care of your profile. That's what we do. Okay, but having said that, Das, if you need help, if you are not sure whether do I answer your question or not, and you want me to take a look at your situation to give further, possibly some suggestions about what you can do next, whether to get the page back, whether to raise a page claim, or to look at your situation to see where you exactly are and what are the next best steps you should take to do whatever, you can actually scan this QR code. It would lead you to my Fiverr gig. It's actually a paid gig, yes, but it's not pricey. You just need to buy me a meal. We then can actually spend half an hour together over Zoom, where you can actually share your screen. I can take a look at whatever you're at right now, and then to give you recommendations about what to do next. So yeah, scan this QR code, and we can actually have a quick 30 minutes discussion over Zoom to talk about anything. All right, that's for that question you have. Next, we have a old friend, 1226 city. So yeah, so she's asking, it's a her. Okay, I was surprised. Anyway, so you have 3 videos for one product. All right, so meaning 3 videos for the same product. So you're asking, can you upload 3 videos per ad set? Meaning, you see, when it comes to Facebook advertising, there are 3 layers. You have a campaign level, and then you have the ad set level, then you have this the ad level, whereby campaign level is where you dictate the objective that you want to use for the campaign, and the ad set level is usually where you set your audience targeting, your budget, your placement settings, and stuff like that. So this is where you decide some variables about your campaign, and then after that, the ad, namely, is about the creative, the copywriting, and everything. So it's the advertisement part of it. Okay, so yeah, basically, I would say it's totally okay to put 3 ads under the same ad set, but you have to understand, when you are doing so, you are actually not doing a test, right? So if you are trying to prove which creative works better, okay, this is not a split test. Split test is, you actually tell Facebook to now I want to spend $5 per day. You make sure you distribute the budget evenly on these 3 ads. So that's a split test. But when you are actually putting 3 ads under the same ad set, you are allowing Facebook to optimize automatically to spend more money on the creative or the ad that has potential to get you more results at the lower cost. Okay, so that's the basic definition of the action that you are taking. Nothing wrong, right? When it comes to Facebook advertising, it's a common practice to have multiple ads within the same ad set. Okay, but you do not want to overdo it, because our rule of thumb is to control it within, like Facebook would say, up to 6, but in my opinion, 3 to 5 will be ideal. The lower the better, because eventually, you want to test it for a week or 2. What you're trying to do is you just want to let the algorithm run its course and to observe, to see if there is any sign that one of them might be performing better. Then you can slowly maybe retire the non-performing one, replace them with new testers and all that. So, but one thing I want to really highlight here is this is not a split test. Do not expect even budget distribution on these 3 ad creatives. It's up to Facebook to do whatever it does. Okay, so that's my quick answer to that. But then again, 1226 city actually went on and asked this because like you say, like, okay, basically, let me read this out. So you're actually on a course. You mentioned to someone that you'll be adding 5 interests into one ad set with 3 creatives. Okay, so yeah, in your last campaign, you have 5 separate ad sets, 1 interest in each ad set, plus 3 videos in each ad set, and the response you received the new planned attack. So basically, you receive a response of it in the form of attack. So let me read it out. So the person who attacked you, in a way, said, Meta optimizes to find the ideal customer that you want to target. You have to tell them that the target audience, and they will find ideal customer for that interest. Facebook can't choose what interest will do best and just stop running the rest. You have to do that. Now, in my opinion, I disagree. Okay, look, for those who are, still confused about how Facebook audience targeting work, I actually posted a video this morning. It's about how Facebook ads target audience work. I discussed about the usage of, the meaning of the detailed targeting, the lookalike audience, the custom audiences, and I also share with you a technique, so-called, to actually target your competitors' customers in a way, in a way it works. So yeah, you can actually watch that video. It's on my YouTube channel. Yeah, it's under the playlist. You just go to the channel homepage and look for the latest video under free training by Jason. So that's the video you want to look at. So basically, you have to understand one very important thing. First thing first, I want to discuss about the detailed targeting, or so-called the interest. Okay, so his or her opinion about Facebook do not know if you do not tell them your interests. And it says, like, Facebook find the ideal customer that you want to target. You have to tell them the target audience, who are the interests that you're targeting. In my opinion, this is obsolete. Why? Because, like I say, Facebook advertising is now intent-based advertising. How Facebook find customer, how Facebook find audiences that might be interested in you. It's not about the interest that you are choosing. Okay? First thing first, it actually starts from the objective that you are selecting. So if you're actually going for people, if you want to get people to purchase, you shouldn't choose engagement objective, because then Facebook would actually, if you choose engagement objective, Facebook will show your ad to people who are likely to engage. And engage means like, comment, share, and all that. It does not equals to link click. And if you want purchase, it's another story. So you got to be very, very, very clear about what you want to achieve with your objective. What you want to achieve with your Facebook ads campaign. So you got to tell Facebook. That's the first thing you have to tell Facebook. If you want purchase, you don't bloody go for engagement. So that's the first step you have to take. And then how Facebook find people, let's say if you choose, let's say sales and purchase, you go for that objective, right? How Facebook find people who are likely to buy your product. It's not about the detailed targeting or interest that you're choosing. It is just trying to your level best, defining who are the so-called the persona of people who are likely to take action. And then Facebook will choose within the people that you are actually targeting. Let's say if you put 5 interests in one, then Facebook will have a broader so-called pool of people to look for. And from there, they will match people who are likely to first purchase, because you define it through your objective. That's the first thing. And secondly, it will match to people who are likely to be interested in your product. So that's why I say intent-based means what? You got to clearly define what you sell. You get what I mean? If you're selling a service, say it's a service. If you're selling a product, put the product up and front, up and center to tell your audience first thing, and to tell the algorithm, because the algorithm will actually scan through your advertisement and actually exactly know what you're selling, and they will show your ad to people who actually shows purchase intent. That's the reason why when you shop for, let's say, an iPhone casing, if you go for an X brand of iPhone casing, eventually the next thing you realize is other iPhone casing came to you. You think how Facebook knows about this information? Through your audience targeting? How can everybody use the same audience targeting and exactly know what you are actually interested in the iPhone casing? It doesn't make sense. You get what I mean? It's not about the interest. It's about how you tell the algorithm. That's why moving forward when it comes to Facebook advertising, in my opinion, that's why, like everybody has been talking about broad targeting. If you really want to let the algorithm effectively let it run its course and find the best, I mean, you just drop everything. You ask your trainer or whoever that is attacking you right now, have you tried broad? And you actually ask this person to go and search for whoever experts in Facebook advertising in the world, be it John Loomer and anyone else. Look at them. What do they recommend right now? I'm not the only person that talks about this. And I may not be the best person to really say this, but this is based on my experience. That's why it's actually very important to understand what is this right now, the development of this, and you know what to do, instead of like being kind of like, being trapped in a kind of like a rabbit hole. I mean, this is a rabbit hole in a way, because the moment you pay too much attention on so-called the interest or the detailed targeting, you end up testing things for Facebook. Exactly in my training, I was saying this. Why must you find out whether is it Ferrari or Mercedes, so-called detailed targeting or the interest targeting gives you better result? Why can't you just combine both and get better result? Remember, we are not trying to test which creative or so-called which detailed targeting works better. We are trying to make the campaign work. That's the mindset. You get what I mean? I hope this clears the cloud, basically. But anyway, yeah, thanks for this discussion. I think this is a very meaningful one. Thank you so much. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions. Let me take this down. So basically, this is where I come back to some of the questions that were posted on the comment over here. So first, we have Lok Chun. So you have created an ad. Objective is to engage, is engagement and messaging apps, WhatsApp only, but it's only allowed you to broad targeting. You can't choose detailed targeting settings, any solutions to that. Okay, because when you're choosing WhatsApp conversation, you are not allowed to. Yes, that's normal, because you are actually going for an action that, Facebook may not have a very big pool of people who might be doing it. So let it be. Broad targeting is nothing wrong. I would say for this part, let's let it go, and eventually you observe the result from there. If it's not working, then you try to tweak, because this is actually part of the settings already. It's really depending on how deep you go, what are the objectives that you're trying to get, and eventually do different experiment. If the WhatsApp, I mean, like I said, it's totally normal. It's broad, okay. And then if you're setting it in the ad center, yes, But if you really want to control, then you can actually try going into the Facebook Ads Manager, which it allows you to do audience definition, meaning you can actually choose the WhatsApp engagement. You can still do whatever targeting. But if you're doing this in the Ad Center, it's gone. It's not there basically. Go back into the Ads Manager. That's one way. But even having said that, what I want to say is broad has nothing wrong. It's okay. You can still define by the location and the age, just that you're not able to choose some detailed targeting or whatnot, which is fine. So just put it to test. Okay. All right. Thanks. Yeah. So that's that. And so let's see. Yeah. So that's TY. And the next one is coming from Akram. So do I mostly work with e-com or local businesses? Actually, depending on what kind of work that you're mentioning, but if you're talking about my coaching clients, they are from all fields. We have local businesses, we have e-commerce, we have lead generation, we have all sort of businesses. Yeah, so that's a quick one. Okay, yeah, thanks for asking. So you're saying that your campaign has been running for 24 hours, 8 link clicks, and no ads to cart is still good. Okay, now another thing about campaign here on running ads on Facebook is you got to give it some time. You see, I always encourage you to give it time and do not watch it on hourly basis. I know it's money at stake, and we are always curious. We are always concerned because I'm spending money. I want to see whether it's getting me, and we are always worried. As long as the main metrics like your CTR and everything is actually okay, give it some time. And when I say give it some time, if you can, give it at least 7 days and do not touch it. So what I'm actually advising you to do here is, that's why I say, I always encourage you to spend the budget that you are comfortable. So when you're comfortable losing, let's put it this way, touch wood, you might be losing it. You put it there, just let it run, give it time to learn, and eventually campaign will get better and better over time. Sometimes campaign may take a week or two to come to a level where it actually gets us enough data to start kicking into momentum. And if you keep tweaking, let's say, seriously, do not tweak. You know what? When I actually work with my Google Ads expert friends and all that, their rule of thumb is when you start a campaign, at least leave it untouched for 2 weeks to a month. That's why I think we have to apply the same mindset on Facebook advertising. You just think about this. When you are running ads on even any conventional ads, right? The money spent. You just leave it there. You got to give it some time to grow. That's what I think. Okay. So how's things as bit local biz ads? Local biz ads is okay. Yeah. I mean, local means what? I have a lot of clients from different countries. Yeah. Some local, some actually go international. Local biz is actually always all right. Yeah. So it's not very, very, Okay, so Chiwa is saying your audience is too targeted. Facebook will not allow you to use the WhatsApp because it's no confidence that you should be able to find you the audience to deliver daily. That's basically exactly what happened. Thanks, Chiwa. So it forces you to go broad. That's correct. So it's correct. Yeah, Akram, I don't mind you asking, but sometimes, I may misunderstood your question, but anyway, I hope I get it right. So Lochun, cool, thank you. And 1226, you are welcome. Okay, so I think that's it. That's pretty much it. And yeah, I think that's all we have. And basically, that's what we do, right? If you have any questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing, I would say all you need to do is just come back on my Sunday AMA like this, and you can just post your questions on my YouTube channel beforehand so that I can actually pick that up. Otherwise, you can join me live over here for me to answer any questions you have. But if you want to Jason, this is urgent, I need to have you to actually look at my situation and quickly tell me what to do. So all you need to do is to scan this QR code. This will bring you to my Fiverr gig, and basically you just need to pay a small sum and you will be able to book a 30 minutes discussion with me so that we can actually have a one-on-one Zoom call to look at whatever situation you're at, whether it's an account ban, whether you have some questions about Facebook advertising and you are not sure about what to do next. Just scan this QR code and you'll be able to do that. But if you want me to analyze your campaign, okay, this is a different gig. This is for me to ask questions. I would not, analyze any of your campaign. If you want me to analyze your campaign, this is the gig. Let me bring it there. This is another QR code to scan, whereby this is really to book a gig for me to come in and look at your campaign. whatever that you are running. I mean, has to be an active ad. I mean, of course, hopefully an active ad, but it's okay to have a previous ad, but not too long ago. Otherwise, it will be meaningless, right? So you want me to analyze your campaign to look at what have you done right or wrong to give you recommendation about what to do next to improve the campaign performance. This is the gig. Scan this QR code and we can actually spend half an hour together to look at your campaign. We will dive in via Zoom and I'll give you an action plan on what to do next. Okay, all right, so that's what we have. And yeah, TYC, look forward to my next free training. Yeah, I mean, I do free training on maybe like once, twice a month or two to three times a month. So if you want to do that, all you need to do is, just basically join my mailing list everywhere you can actually join, and you'll be notified whenever I do basically of training. Okay, well, wait, I actually missed this. Daryl said, for ecom with Pixel, is it true we do not run traffic objective as tier one because there is no intention to buy? This is a good question. To me, I would just straight away go for the objective that actually means for your business. It's not about the intention to buy. It's about bringing the right people into the funnel. So defining by choosing the right objective is actually very important. You want to find people who are likely to buy, even though they still yet to have intention to buy from you, but you need to find people with intention to buy. And that is how you define the audience. But if you have doubt, Daryl, watch my Facebook ads audience targeting video that I just posted on my channel this morning, or just look for free training by Jason Gunn. Look for that video about audience targeting. So that helps you define that part. And of course, if you want to understand about the objective, I also had another video about objective. We'll go through that so that you can actually get better understanding about what you should do. All right. Thank you, everyone. All right. And enjoy the rest of your weekend and have an awesome week ahead. With that, thank you, and I'll see you next week. Good night.